Hey everyone, welcome to another episode of Brett's Brain. Today we're going to talk through vesting schedules, what they are, and why they're important. If you haven't watched our video on cap tables, you should go check that out. We do talk a bit more about vesting schedules there. But in its simplest form, a vesting schedule is just something that provides the agreement or helps protect both sides in some sort of incentive agreement. In the startup world, most commonly you are giving out shares or equity in your company. But you're doing that for the promise of something, of some sort of value. And what the vesting schedule is, it is the schedule that lays out exactly what value or what that person is going to do to earn those shares in the company. It's much easier to explain with an example. So let's pretend that you are going to hire me to come into your organization. And part of my compensation is you're going to give me 100 shares vested over 4 years. So what does that mean? What that means is after I've worked for your company for 12 months, I now actually own 25 shares. And if I walk away in that immediate moment, 12 months later, I own those 25 shares forever. There's very little you can do about that. Those are mine. But those other 75 shares that you promised me, since I had a 4 year time based vesting schedule, those other 75 shares I don't own. I'll never own those. Those go back to the company since I've now left. And so, why is this important? On the company side, your expectation when you hired me is that I'm going to add value, that I'm going to help grow the business, that I'm going to be, incented by having ownership. And that expectation was set is that you're going to work here for at least 4 years for this incentive that we're promising you. On my side, I was promised those shares, but I also knew that I have to work 4 years to get them. But at least I worked a year and I get some value and I do get some of that equity for the time I've put in. And so the vesting schedule helped protect the company so they didn't give out those 100 shares, all 100 of those shares, because they might need the other 75 to hire somebody new. So it helps protect them from an employee not fulfilling exactly what was understood up front. And for the employee, in my case, I get some value out of the time that I did put in. So that's it. Investing schedules can really cover lots of different things. It doesn't have to be just time based. You can do a vesting schedule based on number of introductions somebody makes for you. You can do it based on amount of revenue that I close as a salesperson. For mentors, you can do a vesting schedule based on how many times they meet you over a 2 year period. A vesting schedule is just laying out what needs to be done by two sides of an agreement in order for that incentive that you're promising to actually move from promised to ownership. If you like this video, please subscribe for more.